But you see that the littles, what I liked or what I want y'all to pay attention to was there was a reason why little family members could be somewhat bolder in their dealings with whites than most of their neighbors. That was their freedom from total economic dependence on white exploiters. That is a direct line to the acceptance and the belief of what Marcus Garvey said. Marcus Garvey said in one of his books that I read, a race that is dependent, that is economically dependent on another race will perish. And that's much like what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us, right? accept accept our own and be ourselves. So when we accept our own, we cling on to each other. We begin, like I read in the FBI file, it talked about unity. We begin to unify. That's why unity is such a threat to the mainstream, right? Because if we unify, then we can get around to going back to building economically. We can go get around to creating things for ourselves. I don't know where you brothers and sisters are, but I would say this first and foremost, before I forget, make sure you like and subscribe. Like and subscribe, share this video, send it to your friends. Please like and subscribe. And also go over to Leave with Logic 7, pick up one of these handy dandy nice shirts. We got t-shirts, we got hoodies, we got all that good stuff over there. But again, like and subscribe. But yeah, that unity is huge. And Honorable Elijah Muhammad, all black leaders who were producers, who were producing intelligent and productive black people were telling us you have to separate and you have to build for yourself economically. And so the littles understood that and they were executing on it, right? They weren't just speaking about it, they were manifesting things, putting things into action. Um, Also, I'm gonna go into a little bit of land ownership. It is merely it is merely enough to repeat the blatant assertion by the leading literary Southern racist Thomas Dixon Jr. that if blacks were not checked, they would become such an economic competitor of the white man that they would have to be massacred. You know, whenever I hear people will say things like when we talk about building, when we talk about coming together, when we talk about really doing something meaningful, putting rubber to the road, people will say, well, they're scared of this or they're scared of that or they don't want us to do this. They don't want us to do that. No one's scared of an economically bereft people. If you don't have any resources, why am I scared of you? I'm not. That's what, the littles understood. You know, if blacks were not checked, they would become such an economic competitor of the white man that they would have to be massacred. What they don't want is us to become economically competitive. And we're not economically competitive today because most of our money goes out of our community. That's why our communities are bereft of the resources that they have naturally. It's funny to me because in America, we're in the same condition that our African brothers and sisters are in, right? We have the money. We have trillions of dollars that circulates through our community, but we squander it and give it away. That's the same. Isn't that the same condition that Africa is in? Isn't that what happens in Africa? They have resources, natural resources, uranium, chocolate, rubber. I mean, all kind of diamonds. They have everything in Africa. But the West comes in, the Europes, the Frances, the UK, they come in, the French, you know what I mean? These places come in and they steal. The Belgium, they take, and they leave, you know, they leave the continent bereft of any type of hope, of any type of wealth.